Hey there, Quake fans. This is Grease Scotsman with QuakeLive.tv, and we're about to bring you some ClanBase CTF action in just a few minutes. This will be our first chance to shoutcast a clan-based matchup, as most of the CB tournaments are centered in Europe, making match times a bit hard to line up with our North American schedules. We're excited to bring you this extra weekend coverage and apologize for the last minute notice. We were just informed about an hour and a half ago about the match, so tell your friends, folks. Get that word out. ClanBase Summer 2009 international CTF action between Drugs and Porn and Humped by Foe is about to go down right here and right now. And I have with me in the virtual studios Hoochie, and we also have one of the admins from the ClanBase CTF League, Batija, I believe is how you pronounce the name. Let's go ahead and have you two guys sound off and say hey.
Hello.
All right, and that was the voice of Batija.
Hey guys, this is Hoochie, and I'm gonna be your, I guess, co-host for the night. So I just hope we all gonna have some fun.
Oh yeah. Now Hoochie, tell us a little bit about these teams. You had a chance to take a look at their records before we go live here as the teams are getting prepared on the server. Tell us a little bit about these two teams.
Yeah, well, I didn't find out really much, and the main thing is that DP is the Quake 3 CTF Cup champions. They have a really strong lineup with what was it, Sparty, I guess, and about hmpd team, they are like top 3 team in a lot of cups, so they have won 2008 Open CTF Cup in ClanBase, and they were second in CTF Summer Cup, also in ClanBase, so I guess it's gonna be a really fierce match between those two.
Yeah, and yeah, definitely some top talent on both of these teams. Now let me ask our ClanBase admin here. How has the league gone, and have you had a chance to kind of look in on the teams? Have you been speccing matches, and do you have a feel for how this might play out tonight?
Well, I think DP are really the favourite to sort of take this. I mean, certainly they've got big names in their team like Sparty, but unfortunately I spoke to him about 10-15 minutes before this game, and he's not going to be able to play, although he's just won the ClanBase 1v1 final. So sadly, we won't be seeing him.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say, Sparty, a huge name from the Quake 3 scene. Wow, do you think that that's going to change the outcome of this match, or do you feel like his teammates can handle him not being present?
Oh, I don't know. I thought DP probably had the edge with Sparty playing, but without him playing, I really don't know. I think Hunt might sort of surprise us in this.
Okay.
I certainly expect Hump to take at least one map in this, probably if not win, because I know DP haven't played and practiced as much as some other teams, which is why I think Hump might have an edge on them.
Okay, all right, and I do believe we know the map list for tonight, and why don't we have you talk a little bit about this is going to be a little bit different format than what the North American folks are used to seeing. So let's talk a little bit about how many maps we're going to see, and how the scoring is for this particular league.
Okay, well, we're going to be playing at least 3 maps. It's a little bit different to what you North Americans probably are used to. It's first to 5 match points in Europe. Both teams pick 2 maps, although we may not see all 4 maps. If it's a loss, they get 0 match points. If they draw, it's 1 each, and if the team that wins, they get 2. As it's first to 5, you can sort of do the math, and it'll be at least 3 maps.
Okay.
Yeah, this could go to 5 maps. It could be over in as little as 3, so...
Either way, it should be some top-notch capture the flag action, and I'm really excited. Roster-wise, it looks like for Humped we've got, let's take a look at these names here. We got Scythe, Ichiju, is it Zine, and Zonic?
I call him Zine, but I don't know how you say his name.
Zine, okay. And then for DP, we've got Visser, YNM, and Holy.
Might be easier called YNM Manny. That's how he prefers to be known.
All right. Yeah. So tell us a bit about these players. If you, my guess is that you're a little bit more familiar with the Euro scene. I mean, I know some of the big names, but I imagine a lot of our viewers, North Americans tuning in, they might not know, who's who and what's what.
Well, I think Manny's probably going to be one of the players to watch out for in this game. I mean, he's got a lot of experience. He plays a lot in Quake Live, a lot of sort of games. I've played with him a lot, so I really sort of know what this guy can do. And certainly, I think he'll be, if not midfield, he'll be playing attack maybe. And should be seeing a lot of caps from him.
Okay, nice. Let's looking over at the hump side of things. Who do you feel we should be watching out for to really make the plays?
Probably Zonic, I think. Maybe Zine. I'm not entirely sure where they're going to be playing yet because I've not seen sort of so much of them play. But I think Cypher will be their base defense, and I think Zonic will be their main flag runner. Although I'm not sure yet. We'll see how they play it. I'm not sure how much Holy's played the last week. I know he's had I don't know, some problems with his house, so he hasn't been able to play as much as he'd like to, I think. So we'll see if he's on form or not. Hopefully he is.
Right, and you said earlier that DP may be suffering from a lack of practice here, and Humps may be able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, we're just looking to see if DP are going to sub out maybe Static for Nati. I'm not sure yet. But I spoke to Manny from DP, and he said they're suffering a little bit from communication problems at the moment. They're not a bad team by any means, and they're certainly far better than most. But like their lack of practice and the sort of communication maybe is not as good as they'd like it to be, which is possibly going to be their undoing tonight.
Now, do you have any details on what that communication problem might be? Is it a matter of maybe they're just kind of out of sync, or do they have some different talent on their rosters, or like what's the story there?
I'm not sure. That I couldn't really get it out of him. I think it's possibly because Sparty's new to their team. Maybe they've not played as much sort of together. Because in Quake 3, in ClanBase, they used to play 5v5. So come to Quake Live,
right,
they're now playing 4v4, which is very different. It's going to affect you. So I think they might be having some teething problems maybe with that.
Ah, I see. Okay, gotcha. Now, what's the overall view about this whole, switch to 4v4? I mean, we personally like it over here on the North American side of things, but we saw how last week 5v5 really does change the dynamic of Capture the Flag, and there were some mixed opinions about whether or not it was for the better. What are your thoughts on that? And have you heard anything from the teams in that regard?
Yeah, I've done a couple of interviews with some of the top teams. So far I've only got around a couple of them, not around them all. And most are very happy to go with 4v4. They think it's a lot less sort of team deathmatch and sort of chasey. It's a lot easier to get caps. It's really sort of separates the teams from who's got the best teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
And most are for it. I mean, there's only one or two who don't like 4v4 and would prefer to see 5v5.
Okay. So it looks like ClanBase is kind of going with majority rule there then. Now, what are your own personal opinions about it?
I really love 4v4. I think it's much more dynamic. The game flows much better. I think, and the maps as well. The maps are really sort of designed for 4v4. I mean, certainly Ironworks, I think it's a great map, and I don't think it really suits 5v5 on that.
Yeah, and I actually like it. I actually like it when maps become a little bit more, I guess, cap-friendly is a way to put it, because then you can't just rely on, say, having two amazing defenders, which is usually the case. That's where the extra guy goes on a 5v5. I like the fact that you can have one really star defender, but then you got to use the rest of that team to do what the game implies, capture the flag. So. I really like the dynamic of 4v4 as well.
On some of the maps, I think Courtyard Conundrums is a particular sort of bad example of this.